What's good, Yungiin?
Back at it.
So let me know. I've been hearing a lot of good things about your impact musically, but why do you move so low key?
I don't like to let people know my next move or what I'm working on. I like to keep that secretive until I actually release it to the world. Like, I'm not the type to go on Instagram and post, I'm finna do this, I'm finna do that. Even when I came out with Corvette Crazy and A1, I just dropped it. It wasn't like letting everybody know I was gonna do this, letting everybody know my next move. Sometimes when people know your next move, they can kind of interfere with it, especially with you not being established as you should. They'll throw a little salt on you a little bit to try to slow you down or whatnot. So it's just how I like to move. When you move low key, it's really the best way to move because you ain't got them haters in your business spying on you and trying to see what you're working on and what you got going.
So what's your game plan as far as with the rap game? What's your game plan?
Well, really, in Dallas, with Corvette Crazy being an East Coast record, a New York record, and it's getting the recognition that it got as a positive hip hop record, the feedback from that just been great still to this day. Honestly, that's not me just saying that. So I really want to do something for us for Dallas. The record being like I want to do something where I can do like stop the violence concert, something that's against gangs, drugs, and violence in the community because right now in Dallas it's kind of out of control with all the gun violence that we've been getting this summer and as well as last year. So I think with my style of positive hip hop, I can have an effect on the younger generation and change some of the things that's going around in my community. This is something that I've been planning to do for years now. Actually, I never got a chance to do it, to be honest. So I'm hoping that I can have better luck with my situation this year coming around, that I can actually do that. Because I'm steady seeing a lot of things that's going on in my community that I don't like, that I feel like my music can be influenced towards the younger generation to try to make a change towards the direction that they're going. And, keeping it real with the community, staying community driven with hip hop, and me being an MC.
So Yungiin, speaking about your impact in the streets, why do you think that Corvette Crazy just blew up that way? Why do you think people in the streets really just loved it so much?
Just the positivity coming from hip hop and being authentic with my style is something that the people just gravitated to and they accepted. It wasn't no structure to it as much as it should have been because it was just my first time actually recording in a studio, to be honest. My first video, to be honest. And it just blew up, man. I just think me being authentic and just true to myself, people just saw that and just gravitated towards it. But man, I got to stay humble and be thankful. If it wasn't for Jay-Z and Beyonce with the Crazy in Love record that they did years ago, it wouldn't be no Corvette Crazy because again, that really sparked the interest of the record for all the haters out there. So it's still a Rock Nation classic for all the haters out there who can't hold their own weight. Just being positive, man, and just representing for hip hop. I'm glad with me being in the South, for me having a East Coast aura to my music, it was just accepted. So shout out to New York, man. I appreciate all the love.
So speaking about hit records, what do you think about your new song Adios? Tell me about that. I really like the flavor on there. It had the
Right.
Latin type of sounds
Right.
going on. And you were speaking even a little bit of Spanish. Can you tell us a
Right.
little bit about it?
Going a different direction that everybody else is going. With the politics around me, honestly, I can't be consistent with putting out records back to back to back to back. But I still try to put something out there, hear what everybody else doing and going the opposite way. If you real, that's what you do. Uh, you just do your own thing with it. And it was basically motivated by a friend of mine who I had ran across. And we started talking about Corvette Crazy. She started asking me about music. Just had a good friendly conversation with her. And shit, the rest is history. You know what I'm saying? Just like I say in the song. But she from New York, real cool. We finally got a chance to touch bases when I ran into her out and about in Dallas, and she kind of sparked the interest of the record and gave me the idea when she was asking me something concerning music that she wanted to hear and something that she wanted to see. And I had already had that ideal years ago that I wanted to do a record that I was speaking Spanish on, and it was just like the universe kind of showed me that that was a direction that I need to take for my next record. So Adios is definitely a positive record. It's a club song, a New York vibe. Kind of got a little Miami twist to it, to be honest. But I like it though. It's just for the females and for the ladies out there. You know, young and love the ladies.
Speaking of your new music, so with with your new music and your new projects you have coming up, what are some of the new, like the producers that you like to work with in your next project?
Swish Beats. I like his style. I've been wanting to work with Swiss Beats since the earlier days of Corvette Crazy. Another one is Just Blaze. They style just being so unique and timeless with their beats and the structure, just that New York sound that I always just gravitated to and been a fan of. It's always been my dream to work with them two producers, Swiss Beats and Just Blaze.
Yeah, those are great producers. There's a lot of great producers.
I like how Swiss Beats carry himself too. I really do.
Definitely a top tier producer and one of the
Right.
top ones in the game.
Right, and he keep it real with the streets.
So, are there any MCs that you would like to work with in your next project?
The record, to be honest and real, the record God MC, that was supposed to be a record that I did a remix with Rakim. Despite the politics that kind of went,
That'd been crazy.
I know, cause you know Rakim, God MC with me with going to the direction that I took for MC. I feel like I had to pay my homage and respect to those who came in the game before me, cause they really kind of carved the way of my style and direction. Jay-Z, of course, Rakim being another one. You know, KRS One. I got a shout out to Raekwon, Wu-Tang, my son BX. Shout out to him. He been giving me a lot of love, keeping it real with me too. Joey Badass. Shit, it's a few of them up there that I want to work with, man. So I'm really looking forward to it. Once these haters get off my coattail, and I can go ahead and take it all the way to the top.
Speaking of, trying to take things to the top, in order to get there, you're gonna have to go through a lot of things, and I think artists deal with a lot of
Right.
different issues. Just being an artist and just being a human being these days,
Right.
such as hate,
Right.
jealousy, greed, altercations with other artists,
Right.
social media,
Oh yeah, social
rumors in
media.
the industry, things of that
YouTube and
matter.
Instagram.
You know what I mean?
YouTube and Instagram.
How do you deal with something like that?
Man, you know what, man? You have to stay positive and stay true to yourself. You can't stay true to yourself, how you gonna make hits? You can't stay true to yourself, how you gonna grow? You can't stay true to yourself, how you gonna have a peace of mind to develop the craft in your music and your art that you actually put together. That's what's been working for me. That's what I'm gonna stick with. That's how I've been making all my hits. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna always have the jealousy. You're gonna always have the hate. You're gonna always have the greed. But at the same time, I think if you just think positive and do positive things, positive things will come to you. Be for sure your circle. Be for sure about the people you do business with. Know their true motives and intentions, and know that you just doing business with people that want to see you be successful. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things and understanding that have to come into play when dealing with an artist just for how much money you feel like you can make off of them. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be a good business relationship with anybody you work with. If you got a bad relationship with the person you're doing business with, how the hell you gonna write hits or make hits or anything of that nature? So you just really have to be careful with the people you feel like that you rub shoulders with. Just because you might get some opportunity don't mean that opportunity is from God. Anything I do concerning the music industry, business, or etc., I want God to lead my footsteps so I can make sure I'm connecting with the right people that's for my greater good. And that's being real.
All right, that was a great interview, Yungiin. Thank you for blessing us with this interview, and we'll be looking to catching up with you soon.
Yup. Green team forever.